Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And now I can say, as always, everything will be uploaded on Rumble during yesterday's and throughout the weekend, and of course since yesterday I talk about during this week. I will continue to manage to get everything re-uploaded, especially the two completed gaming series, The Evil Within 2 and The Void Bastards. I managed to get away of downloading from my YouTube the 4K footage of the videos, because the older videos I had to delete it from my computer because I didn't have space. And I managed to arrange a way to get the 4K videos from YouTube and upload it manually to the Rumble. I will make a cleanup of the existing videos there because some of them synced, but I managed to upload them. Some of them at the moment are in 4K. They accepted the 4K footage, even though it's like 1 hour and something. Usually supposedly the latest information that I checked at the time was that over 20 minutes it starts downgrading 1080p, 720p, and then for 480, if not mistaken. I don't know, maybe they are updating their server or something like that, and the quality can be maintained. However, it takes a little bit more time than YouTube to render the things to 4K. But I will start from today on Rumble. If you want to catch up on the re-uploading on Rumble, I will start at least at this moment in time. I think I can do one per day. At least I will start with The Evil Within 2. I will one per day. I managed to upload like half of them, so around 10 episodes or so. They will be premiered to a certain degree, lack of a better term, or they will be published on Rumble, these ones. And again, I will apologize. During this week I will do this thing here so I can wrap up this and get it off of my mind as a worry. I will during this week I will wrap up the Evil Within 2 uploads and stuff like that in the background to Rumble, and afterwards, of course, in the meantime, I will do also the same thing with Void Bastards. And yeah, basically that's it. And I will, at the moment, it's paused, it's not cancelled, the XCOM 2 modded gameplay through, mainly because I'm doing this in my free spare time, so I have to choose, and I prefer to finish up this thing on the uploads because of the sync issue. For sure, if you are on Rumble, here on Rumble, you already noticed some episodes were not synced in the gaming news that I do daily. But yeah, my overall idea for this week, so around till Friday, Saturday, I will be managing to try and get everything set up there. The Evil Within 2 and also the Void Bastards gameplay series uploaded there, hopefully in 4K. Some videos are 4K, others are still rendering. It appears 1080p, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think their servers are a little less capable than YouTube, which is understandable. But yeah, I think we got everything starting to get covered, and then I can focus myself after doing this thing, trying to catch up with XCOM 2 uploads on on Rumble also, while I'm doing also the gameplay series, because it's more easy for me to do this in my free spare time. And I will continue again every day. I will post on the blogger and on Patreon. Every time I post on YouTube, I will post there also as an archive on the blogger site there, and Patreon for extra support as always, if you can. And yeah, basically that's it regarding the channel updates here. I managed during yesterday to start confirming that that I can do a quality uploads on Rumble at the moment. Regarding news, we got again continuing the saga with the Super Series rumors. Seems that somebody leaked, or so at least it seems to be a leak, that the 4070 Ti Super it might be confirmed, even though this is a kind of a leak per se through this leaker. It's not a leaker, but this person who mega size GPU. This guy usually when he posts, usually it's kind of typically been accurate. Again, I don't follow them personally, so I don't know if everything they say is completely accurate. But it seems that this design of the box where the supposedly 4070 Ti Super will come, which is by itself a weird name. They've screwed up entirely because this supposedly was a 4080 12 gigabytes, not a 4070 Ti, and then they have to basically backtrack and put then afterwards a super, which is on itself it's another story that's been coming since they announced the 40 series stuff there. But yeah, supposedly it uses the same color here, and that I suppose it's like the raw files or the files that supposedly sent to the press, printing press. I'm not sure where they got from this, but yeah, again, the same specs or rumored specs continue the same. We don't have the memory bandwidth confirmed still, because we don't know exactly in which chip is going to get, and supposedly in terms of memory, this is at the moment the rumored one. But yeah, again, I think that they really want to let this leak this kind of information, Nvidia, mainly because they need because they butchered their 40 series launch, continuing with starting with the 4090, not so much, but with the 4080 and until the 4060, it's not been a good launch for them. Starting with this debacle of the 4080 12 gigabytes to a 4070 Ti. Yeah, it's not been a super duper launch for them, even though the GPUs itself are not bad. They are more power efficient. They manage to perform better than the previous generation, even though the 4090 has these issues with the cable stuff. Some GPUs were burning, or not exploding but burning, even though the 4080 never had it that much of an issue, unless I think that there were some AIBs that were overclocked and they were more power hungry, and I think also happened to that. But yeah, I think AMD at this point is kind of a better option at this moment, mainly because of the prices of the products. One of the reasons that I went for my 7900 XTX is because it was way cheaper than the 4080. To a certain degree, I always used Nvidia, or most of the times I used Nvidia throughout my years through using PCs. Mainly because to a certain degree, and 20 years ago, it was more reliable, the performance was on par, the drivers were pretty good and stable. AMD at the time, or Radeon, was not that much on that side of things. They had like one or two flukes that were way better than Nvidia, but it's like one or GPU here and there. So the Nvidia at the time had more consistency, but after the acquisition of Radeon from AMD, they managed to, in the long term, them being ramping up and being in certain cases more competitive, and at this moment, this generation has at this moment better prices, like the 7800 XT and the 7900 XT also. They are pretty good at the right price. At the moment, I think the 7900 XT, if it is around 600 and something, maximum ceiling 700, it's a good GPU. 7800 XT, I think, if not mistaken, like a ceiling price of $600. I think it's a good buy also, if not mistaken. The 7900 XTX, 900 or below, even AIB cards, you've seen this drop to that value, or even a little bit lower. I think it's a good option, because the 4080, even though they are very comparable in terms of rasterized performance, the only thing that can supplant at this moment is ray tracing and like their path tracing and all that stuff. But still, you can see with Alan Wake 2, you have to turn on everything, and you have to have 4090 to have playable frame rates at 4K, all that jazz. The 4080 struggles as much with the 7900 XTX in terms of rasterized performance in overall scheme of things. If you put everything on in terms of quality, notwithstanding with the ray tracing stuff. But yeah, it's way more cheaper. 4080 usually still goes around $1,200 if not mistaken. AIB is more expensive. And in terms of drivers, I think to a certain degree, AMD is way better in the sense that everything is on one app. You can do the overclocking, do everything there on the same app. You can have the recording app. It's very reliable. I never tried for myself, but from other users that used it said that it's reliable. They don't have any issues. Yeah, I don't see it's stable, doesn't crash on me. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. It's pretty good at this moment. I don't have a complaint. I use it a lot. My PC for even for like heavy applications, like for editing and transcoding and doing the videos for the channel. I have to do some basic editing, and when it encodes, it's pretty fast. I don't know what to tell. It's been a good experience from my part from AMD, but yeah, it is what it is with these guys in NVIDIA. I think they are more focused on the server stuff, and at this moment in time until the 17th they have to worry about shipping the 4090s to China and the rest of the market so they can sell out before the ban enters in effect. Got some interesting news. It's caught my eye. New PC case and cooler manufacturer, APNX. I don't know what they are trying to do here. It's kind of weird brand. Enters the market. Got some interesting designs here. Minimalistic in their nature. Again, we will have to wait and see if, for example, Gamers Nexus do their reviews or hardware. They usually do excellent reviews on PC cases. And in some cooler stuff, also fans by itself. I'm not sure. I don't remember if they do also, but yeah, the price seems like entry to mid kind of level there. Usually 100 depends on this one, but the black ones 150 depends on what it brings. I think it brings some fans there, but yeah, the design itself seems pretty interesting here. Like here 90 degrees mesh paneling, you got some images there. Yeah, different colors, 4, 5, you got some. This is the back. No, it's not the back side. I'm not sure which side it is. But yeah, seems really interesting here. As you can see, the mesh panel goes around, so you can put more fans here. So I think it's this part here. This is the back side, I suppose, or this can be inverted, something like that. But yeah, it seems the design language, it's very simple, not very like gamery per se, what you usually call gamery. This is like the CPU coolers. Very interesting, the design, very simple. It's kind of shrouded, the cooler there, the radiator there, only one fan, but yeah, seems pretty interesting. I hope this is a good one, and the prices are this is the case fans and everything. I hope everything goes well with them, because the design language is very interesting, very simple, very Apple-like to a certain degree on what they're trying to do with their design language. And I hope that it's affordable for the end, at least in terms of performance. Price to performance is affordable for everybody, because it's good to have competition on even on in this kind of hardware. Not only GPUs and CPUs and all that stuff. Everything has to be in the competition, so we might benefit more from this. I will keep my eyes peeled to see if Gamers Nexus enters on the market here, because they are very well known for new manufacturers. When they enter on market, they usually try to enter in contact with them. That's at least from Gamer Nexus sides. A lot of them try to get in on the review channel there. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep my eyes peeled for that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, the language design there, and the prices seems kind of okay-ish. Yeah, $50 for a cooler. If it is a good performance, I think it's okay. The fans, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully they are good. And lastly, we got supposedly Blizzard Boss, even though it's Phil Spencer here. It's not this. It's not Phil Spencer. It was the how he calls the guy here, Mike Ibarra. It's open to 4-hour games to and 400-hour game ones. Microsoft brings. I bring this because there's been Blizzard show or whatever they call it, Blizzard Entertainment Show, whatever the BlizzFest or something like that. Recently, I didn't watch it because I don't have any interest in any of their games, being Call of Duty to Overwatch and that stuff, and even Diablo. I'm not very interested on that because when you have to have being always online and you have a full array of microtransactions, layers after layers for you to play the game in a manageable way, it's a turn off for me. I just turn off on that. But yeah, seems that they now they're might turning a little bit the conversation the other way. Yeah, even though this show was a little bit on the influence by Mike Codec or whatever that slimy guy is called. Yeah, supposedly we'll see how it goes because the bread and butter in terms of gaming from them, it's a lot of games with a lot of microtransactions. Which is not a healthy thing to do because if people stop playing, yeah, it gets people are very annoyed with Overwatch 2, like the overall sentiment. You always have core audiences that will never let go the games because they enjoy to play the game as it is. But yeah, even Call of Duty is not being well received, at least the latest one. I didn't see any reviews, but at least the feedback from the videos that I watch from Gaming News, it seems to be having a little bit of backlash, especially the campaign. But yeah, they have to amp up their game, do better games. I think again, Call of Duty, it has been annualized to death. Again, I don't think annualized series in the long term will give any profit because people get fatigued, and then even the developers don't have enough time to develop the game properly, to make some changes or innovate in other ways that it might be able to do so if we add more time to develop the game with the things that they need to do. But yeah, we'll see how it goes now that the acquisition is being done of Activision Blizzard, and hopefully it's for the best. They will come up with decent, if not reinvigorating their own IPs, especially from Blizzard. I enjoyed at the time until a certain point the Hearthstone game, but then when they start putting, it's always starts like this in overall scheme of things. You got a free game, they dripped a little bit here content. It sells well, that content, because it's behind that microtransaction wall, and then when you noticed it, basically it's every month instead of being like a quarterly instead of being a quarterly content that it's launched, like every 3 months they launch like an expansion or they launch like a class or something similar to that. It's like every month or every 15 days you add a new character, you add something new, and you just make people try to pay it for it. And yeah, it's get very annoying. And if you have like a free to play account, you just have to play the game 24/7 to make enough for the in-game credits, so you can buy them, and sometimes you cannot even buy them with the in-game credits. It's a mess. Free to play games, when they get very greedy, it's very difficult. But yeah, that's why I quit Hearthstone at the time. It was getting too much. I had to play all the time, all day, all the time, to get how do I say, to keep up with people that spend the money, and even for me to get content out at the time was very difficult. It's starting to get very boring. But yeah, it is what it is. Sorry for the long ramble. I don't know how long I'm being rambling here for today. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up with some gaming deals. Not this one. The Invincible just came out 6th of yesterday, supposedly. Today it's the 7th, at least in my local time. I will try to check some reviews here. I didn't see anything on my feed, on the YouTube stuff. I will look for it. But again, at the moment, 100 reviews. They are very positive. We will see how it goes. Hopefully it is pretty good. I'm very interested in this game. This is based on a book. I don't remember. I think that I'm not sure if the book has the same title, but yeah, it's based on a book. So that seems pretty interesting how they went about it, translating the book language into gameplay. But yeah, I'll keep my eyes peeled and see if I tomorrow can bring something regarding some feedback regarding this game, The Invincible. Regarding game deals, we got Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom. So this is the second game, 84% off. Again, if you like this kind of cheaply kind of art style JRPG stuff, this one is kind of a mix between turn-based and the such. It's a continuation of the story of the first one. It seems pretty interesting. It's one of those that for you to relax and play a JRPG or something like that. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So 84% off, I think it's a good price here. We got half 50% off on Archspace Shipbreaker. Yeah, very physics based. You got the dismantled the ships and the stuff. I think this got the I'm not sure if there's like roguelike style kind of things, but at least you have ways and opportunities to upgrade your character. I'm not sure if it is game over or if it is like roguelike. If you accidentally die, you can like respawn or being recloned to a certain degree, because I think you sell your soul to the devil to be able to work here. I think they control your DNA or something like that. I think it's one of those story moments there. But yeah, seems pretty interesting. Also, we got Midnight Suns still on a deal, 60% off. I think the Legendary Edition is a good option here. The characters, the DLC characters, and the stories and the cards and everything seems pretty good from what I've seen. The stories and the missions are in sync with the game lore. And this is more based on comic book, I think, characters than the MCU stuff there. And they have the Midnight Suns that didn't appear anywhere in the movies or even been referenced, I think. Which is I forget their names. Nico, it's one of them. It's like a wizard, and there is the girl with the portal stuff. Then you got also Blade. It's part of the Midnight Suns. We never saw that on the movies that came out. And then there is you, which is the hunter, that is going to be the main character there. It's a fictional character created on purpose for this game. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I watched the Dark Hunter Path from Christopher Hortz, and it's very interesting. The series, the dialogue is very, very interesting also. And yeah, and the combat is very addicting. It's very XCOM-y like. It's from the same guy, so you know what to do. Oh, and this one, the Hell Rider, whatever it is. I'm sorry about the names. I never catch up very much with the comic book stuff, but yeah, it's very interesting, the character arcs and how they interact with each other. And lastly, we got Tomb Raider. I caught this one from GOG. Tomb Raider, so the 2013 game, Game of the Year edition for $4. I did find the other two on promotion, so at the moment this is the one that is on promotion. I think it's an excellent deal, $4 for all the DLC stuff. I think it's a well worth while time. I will eventually do a revisit to this franchise and start over with Tomb Raider, then the other two. I forget their names and their orders, but yeah, I will do for sure those games also. At least I only found this one. But yeah, for today this is it, guys. I'm just going to wrap up with a plug on the Patreon for extra support. As always, the extra support is going to be again for storage, to have backups of the projects that I do for my private clients, and of course space for the videos that I do for the channel. Basically, that's it. And yeah, I hope you have a full day, and I will see you in the next one. I'm sorry about the rambling today, but yeah, I got a little bit in there with the NVIDIA stuff, but yeah, I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.